How's it going, beer lovers? Welcome to another video. You may have seen a few days ago I brewed an IPA from a brew kit, and in the instructions it suggested that out of the spent grain you can make some bread, so I thought, well, why not? So I mentioned that in a video, and this one's for Chuck. Chuck, appreciate your support, brother. So this is how we do it. We're not bread experts. Introduce my wife Gail in a sec. We've tried 2 or 3 batches and this is what we've come up with so far. As we go along, we're developing a few other spent grain ideas like dog treats, flour. So yeah, we're going to do a whole grain malty loaf, and the ingredients and specifics like oven temperature are going to be in the description. If you haven't seen the IPA brew kit video yet, then that'll be up in the top of the screen. And let's get stuck in. Okay, so take us through the ingredients.
We've got strong, white strong bread flour.
Yeah.
There is a difference between bread flour and all-purpose flour or plain flour.
Well done.
Bread flour is obviously better for baking bread. There's lukewarm water. This is live yeast, which I've had to put some water in and the sugar to activate it.
And that's got a few minutes to go, hasn't it, still?
Yeah, that has to be sitting for 15 minutes.
Okay.
We've obviously got our spent grain.
There it is, from my IPA, the last video that we uploaded.
And we have some salt.
Okay. Oh, there's nothing in there. Okay.
That was sugar that was in there.
Okay, and in terms of the machinery you've got, of the kit, you've got is that a cake tin?
Loaf tin.
Loaf tin.
2 pound loaf tin.
I'll put dimensions in the description, just so people don't get stressed about that. And then this thing.
Stand mixer, and we're going to be using a dough hook.
Okay, a dough hook. And that's Gail, by the way. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, step number 1.
So, in our mixing bowl, we put the flour. I'm not going to put all of it in just yet.
So how much have we put in? Like 80%?
Yeah. And the salt. And then we put our yeast in. Hear it fizzing.
If you have an electric blanket on your bed, now is the time to go and switch that on. Maximum heat?
Yeah, maximum heat.
Yeah.
So stir that, just let it mix in. And then start adding the other lukewarm water slowly until it makes a dough. You don't want to dump it all in at the same time in case it's too wet.
Do not want it too wet.
It might be worth saying about the grain. Some recipes that I've seen say to use like 300 grams, but the weight depends on how wet it is. This one isn't, it's moist, but it's not wet, it's not dripping wet. So I've just used 1 cup there.
The perverts are going to love this video. I guess using the word moist, the only acceptable scenario is when you're baking, I suppose. Otherwise, it's an unacceptable word.
Right, it's starting to form into a sort of ball now. The mixer doesn't like it very much. Okay, now it's like that. I'm going to add the grain in.
This is what, the 3rd loaf we've done, or the 4th loaf we've done?
3rd, yeah. And let that incorporate.
Incorporate, is that the word? Let that incorporate.
That's the saran. Right, it's still, if you have a look at it, it is a little bit wet.
How do you know? Based on the sound or the look?
You can just see it. It's not forming like a dough.
It's not forming like a dough?
It's not forming like a proper dough would, which is why I kept this back, and I'll add it until it looks right.
Oh, you're adding the rest of the flour?
Yeah.
Okay. To make it less moist.
The one I made previously, I had to add quite a lot of flour. So I haven't even added all of the water. There's still some left. So it's just by doing it by eye at the moment. I'm actually going to put it all in.
Now that's all the flour in. Okay,
Take this.
done. Get the dough hook out the way.
So the consistency is sort of like a little bit stringy.
Okay.
So that's perfect. So now we need to get some Clingfilm and cover it.
I don't think they call it Clingfilm in America. They call it something else. And they call it something wrap.
Plastic wrap, maybe.
I know that through Archer. And it's Serrano wrap or something.
No, it's not really wrap.
What was Serrano wrap then? They mention it in one of the episodes of Archer when he gets shot and when he gets stabbed.
So then we leave this for about an hour to prove or rise. Somewhere warm, so if you have a warm corner in your kitchen or an airing cupboard. We don't have either of those, so I use our electric blanket.
We've got an airing cupboard, the beer's in there.
Yeah, but it's not warm enough.
Right. So that's going to go in our bed?
Yep.
For about an hour?
Yep.
Okay. With the electric blanket on?
Yep.
On full?
Yep.
Okay. Any idea of what people would need to do if they don't have an electric blanket? Next or near a radiator?
Yeah, near a radiator.
Out in the sun?
Yeah, on the windowsill in the sun. But
Some people who homebrew, they've got those little electric jackets they put around their fermentation jars.
yeah. Just got this from the proving stage, and you can see it is doubled in size. So now we need to
It smells yeasty.
do something called knocking it back, which knocks all the air out of it that has been put in by the yeast.
So back on the dough hook.
So we go back onto the mixer just for a short time, and you might be able to see all the air going. And it's a lot more elasticy. Yeah, it's all gone down now.
Oh, yeah. Just the air being knocked out of it.
Yeah. That should be enough. So now we need to get rid of the mixer. I'm going to...
Mummy?
Okay, so now I'm going to get it out on the side. You need to flour the side. I'll make a pile there.
The children are home from school, by the way, so I apologise for any animal noises, etc.
So pull it out.
Obviously, I can't beat them and hold the camera at the same time.
It's quite sticky, so we're going to need some flour into it. So flour your hands. It's just, you just keep, there you go, it's better. And you kind of like pull it and fold it over. That's how you're sort of meant to do it.
Chuck, I want to see a video or picture of your loaf, please.
Okay, so just do that. And kind of like shape it now. So if you fold it over, the fold is there, so that would be the underneath. So I'm using a Loaf tin, and my new one has arrived. So I'll be using my new one. And I have oiled that and then put flour in it.
What sort of oil?
I just use olive oil. You can use vegetable oil. When I'm making cakes, I use butter. So it just stops the dough from sticking, and then if you put flour in it, and just shake it around so it touches every corner.
Okay.
And then your dough is in your shape and the fold is at the bottom. And you just pop it in there, like that. And now it needs to proof again, needs to rise again. So if we cover it with film again, but this time, because I'm using a smaller tin, you need to oil your film, oil the bit that's going to touch the bread. This is now going to go back into our bed again for another 30 minutes to an hour. And after about 20 minutes, you want to put your oven on. Yeah.
Commercial bakeries must have a lot of beds. So here comes the loaf from its second session in my bed. As you can see, it's growing quite substantially.
Yes. So this is where the oiled film comes into play, because it should just peel off.
Look at that.
It's going down a bit now. See, it's very airy actually.
It's the way my tummy used to look.
Overfilling. Anyway, see if this works. Got to. Oh, it's not going to work. It's got rid of all of the air in the top.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know. Okay. So it's attempting to put some cuts in it. Now we put it in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes and hope it pops up again.
Okay. And there we are, the finished loaf. Not happy with that? Happy with that?
Not really, the top isn't great. You can see where the lines have been cut.
Is that because it spent too much time in bed?
I don't know, I've never seen it. It just seemed to have a massive air bubble on top.
I'll put one of your previous versions on the screen so people can see your...
But it sounds good.
What is that? Is it in the tapping? It's a hollow tap.
Yeah, let's just turn it out.
There you go. Nice thud, like a kick drum.
Right, so we put it there to cool for about 20 minutes and then we can cut into it.
And then I give it the taste test. Right, and so we come to the best bit. Cheese, cheddar, butter, homebrew IPA. Straight out of the oven is the way forward.
2 minutes?
No, it's fine. Perfect. Right. If only you were here. Oh, that's good. So there we have it. I hope you get something out of that and enjoy baking some bread. We certainly have. We'll see how it compares once we go along. We're not bread experts, so we might see how the grain from a stout compares. Maybe another video, we'll see. But that's it. Thanks for viewing. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you soon.